What's up? My name is Skies302, and I just have to talk about a team that has lately not been good. But let's first of all let's talk about something. The Miami Heat are 7-12 or 7-13. Yeah, they're 7-13, and they're the 13th seed in today's standings. And Jimmy Butler, after the Hornets loss, wasn't even in the mood to talk to the media. Now, I know this is a team that has been dealing with injuries and stuff like that, but this is a team that deals with injuries from the beginning. Like, they've been dealing with injuries ever since the season started. And it's been so long that it might infect their long-term season. There's 82 games in a season, and it's short. I think no, it's not even 82 games this season, but whatever how many games this season, it's a long season. But I think this is going to affect them long term because the Heat only have 7 wins on the season, and it's not like they can really make any moves right now because there's not really any superstars on the market. You had James Harden, but you didn't make the move, and to be honest, James Harden, the Rockets were asking for a little too much for my take. They were asking for Precious, Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, and then all like 3 picks. I wouldn't have done that if I was Pat Riley, just because James Harden, he's one of the best shooting guards of all time. But if you're the Heat, you're not really looking for someone like James Harden. But the Heat fans that said they didn't want to trade Tyler Hero for James Harden, how is that working out for you? Because hey, y'all need some James Harden right now. But if that was the trade offer, I wouldn't have accepted that either. I'm hanging the phone up too, because it's just way too much for a player that doesn't fit your culture. But then again, the Heat are not really doing good, and like I said, they have injuries and stuff like that. But even with Jimmy Butler back, they struggle against teams. They struggled against the Kings, and the Kings are probably one of the worst teams in the Western Conference and probably one of the worst defensive teams. But it was a close game, and they were still out some players. But then you look at a game like today. The Heat took on the Hornets, and the Hornets have been an exciting team and stuff like that. Gordon Hayward is playing out of his mind. LaMelo Ball is LaMelo Ball, one of the most entertaining players in the league. But they're still the Hornets. They're not one of the top teams in the East, and you're not looking at them as a threat in the Eastern Conference to go all the way and stuff like that. But the Heat had a 10-point lead and blew it in the fourth quarter. Let them come back, tie it up, and then they didn't score a total of 8 points in the overtime. And Jimmy Butler is trying to bring this Heat culture team back, but it just doesn't seem like they're all there. Bam Adebayo, the first person that has dropped at least 60 this game. 60, really. He dropped 40 this season career high. And even when Jimmy Butler was out, Bam Adebayo he wasn't really trying to take over, and until he said in an interview that he needs to start taking over. He started scoring 20, dropping 30, and then even then the Heat were still losing. But I gave them a pass because Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero aren't really players you can rely on to have a consistent base of a game. When your player is out, your star player is out, and then your second guy tries to step up, he's going to need them help. Bam Adebayo is good. He's really good, but he cannot carry a whole team like this with Jimmy Butler out. I've always recognized the Heat as somebody that needs all of their chips and all of their players to win games, to become that team. You look at the deep Heat run, and it was with all their players. It was with all of them. So I'm going to say, the title of this video is probably gonna be like the Miami Heat are in trouble or something like that, just to get the views. But I don't think the Heat are in trouble, just because the Heat need all their chips, and this was their first game back with literally everybody that they had. Avery Bradley, Goran Dragic, and I feel like Jay Crowder, the loss of Jay Crowder is actually really hurting them too, because they just can't find a system. They can't find somebody to replace him. Jay Crowder was a great 3-and-D player, and he fitted so well with the Miami Heat culture, and just to let him walk for nothing, I mean, it was going to be like that anyway, but I think you should have at least signed him. And there's news been breaking out that they're trying to get Lonzo Ball and JJ Redick. That would be cool, but I honestly think you just need to stay down, lay down all the chips for right now, and see how this team performs with all their pieces. And I know they just lost to the Hornets, but it was with all of them together. Let's see how that goes out, and if not, the Miami are in really trouble. But they're just in trouble now, just because they lost that Hornets game, and that did not look good. Anyway, my name is iKings, guys. Comment down below what you guys think of the Miami Heat, and thanks for watching.